English Leap Podcast.
Learn easy English with Speak English Like a Pro. Hey, English learners!
Welcome back to the English Leap Podcast, your cozy place to learn easy English through real-life conversations.
I am Mia.
And I am Jason. And today, we are tackling something that lives inside your head, literally.
Inside your head, yes, because that is exactly where this problem lives.
And if you are an English learner, you probably already know what we are talking about.
That little voice, the one that hears a question in English and immediately runs to your first language for help.
That little translator living rent-free in your brain.
Rent-free, like taking up space without paying for it, right?
Exactly. And today, we want to talk about how to gently ask that translator to leave.
Welcome to today's topic, thinking in English naturally, and how to stop translating in your head.
This is something so many learners struggle with, and I mean struggle deeply.
You know that feeling. Someone asks you a question in English, and instead of just answering, your brain does this little detour.
It goes to your first language first, thinks of the answer there, then tries to translate it, then tries to say it.
And by the time all that is done, the moment is already gone.
The person is looking at you, waiting, and you feel this panic rising.
Panic, like suddenly very worried and anxious, right?
Exactly. And here's the painful part. The answer was there. You knew what you wanted to say.
But the translation process slowed everything down.
And made you feel like you don't know English even when you do.
So, today, we want to talk about why this happens and, more importantly, how to slowly stop doing it.
Slowly. That's the key word. This is not a one-day fix.
No, it's a journey, a beautiful, frustrating, very rewarding journey.
And if you are at a B1 level, intermediate English, this episode is made for you.
And if you are A2, don't worry, stay with us. Feel the rhythm of the language. Even if some words are new, your brain is still learning.
Your brain will understand more each time you listen, so don't pressure yourself to catch everything.
Just stay with us. Feel the story. Feel the ideas.
And if this kind of real, relaxed learning feels right for you, please subscribe to the English Leap podcast and tap like on this episode.
It really helps more learners find us. And in the comments, tell us, do you still translate in your head when you speak English?
Just yes or no is fine, or write one sentence about how it feels.
Be honest. If your answer is, yes, I translate every single word and it drives me crazy, you can write that. We completely understand.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Why do we translate in the first place?
Because it feels safe.
Safe?
Yeah. Your first language is home. It's the place where you know all the words, you know all the rules, you feel confident.
And English, at first, feels like a foreign place, a little uncomfortable, a little unfamiliar.
So your brain does what any reasonable brain would do. It goes home first, gets the idea, then tries to bring it back to English.
Like a tourist asking for directions but having to translate the map every single time.
Exactly. And that works for a while when you're just starting out.
But after a certain point, that translation habit starts to become the problem itself.
It becomes a wall between you and the language.
A wall. That's a good image, because fluency is about connection, direct connection.
Thought goes to English, English comes out. No detour.
And right now, many of you have a detour built into your brain. And it's okay. It's normal. It's fixable.
So let's talk about how. And we'll do it step by step, like walking through different parts of your day.
Morning, afternoon, evening, because thinking in English can start to happen in all of them.
Let's start with the morning, because mornings are actually a secret weapon for language learning.
Oh, really? Why?
Because your brain is fresh. It hasn't been bombarded yet. No stress, no noise, just quiet and possibility.
Bombarded, like hit with too many things at once, right?
Exactly. During the day, your brain gets bombarded with tasks, worries, decisions, but in the morning, it's still open.
So what's the morning trick?
Simple. When you first wake up, before you do anything, try to have your first thought in English.
Just one thought?
Just one. It doesn't have to be deep. It can be, okay, it's morning. I'm sleepy. I need coffee.
That's it?
That's it. Because what you're doing is teaching your brain that English is a natural place to have thoughts, not just a subject you study.
Oh, I like that distinction. English as a thought space, not just a study subject.
When it becomes a thought space, something shifts.
Shifts, like changes slowly but in an important direction, right?
Yes. And when I started doing this, it felt really strange at first, like wearing clothes that don't fit yet.
Clothes that don't fit. That's a great way to describe it.
But after a few weeks, it started to feel more natural, like the clothes were slowly adjusting to my body.
Your brain was reshaping itself around the language.
Exactly, and that's what we want. We want English to feel like it belongs to you.
Not like something foreign you're borrowing.
Right. You're not borrowing English, you're building it inside yourself.
Okay, so we have the morning thought. What about when you're going about your day? Daily life moments.
This is where it gets really interesting, and also where most people miss a huge opportunity.
What opportunity?
Labeling your world in English.
Labeling?
Yes, when you walk into your kitchen, your brain sees things. The cup, the window, the morning light, the smell of bread.
And normally, your brain labels those things in your first language automatically,
Automatically, without any effort, without any thinking.
because that's the language your brain grew up using for the physical world.
Exactly. So the practice is this. Start gently relabeling those things in English.
Like putting little English name tags on everything around you.
Yes, and it doesn't have to be just nouns. It can be feelings too. I feel tired, this coffee is too hot, the morning is quiet.
Simple sentences, present tense, real life.
Real life. That's the whole point. You're not studying English, you're living inside it.
And when you live inside a language, even for small moments, your brain starts to trust it.
Trust it. That's the key. Right now, many learners don't fully trust their English yet.
They know it exists, they've studied it, but they don't trust that it will be there when they need it.
Like knowing there's a bridge over the river, but being afraid to actually walk on it.
And every time you think a small thought in English, every time you label something, you're walking on that bridge a little bit.
And it gets more solid every time.
Okay, now let's talk about the big one, the scary moment. Real conversations with real people.
Oh, yes. This is where the translation habit really shows up, and it shows up fast.
Somebody asks you something and your brain freezes.
Freezes, like suddenly stops, right? Unable to move or think.
Yes, that freeze moment. You've been there, haven't you? Someone asks a question and your mind just goes blank.
Completely blank. And then the translation machine starts, slowly, painfully.
So here's what I've learned about that freeze moment. It has a secret cause.
Oh? What is it?
Perfectionism.
Perfectionism, like wanting everything to be perfect or correct before you say it?
Exactly. Many learners are waiting for the perfect translation, the perfect sentence, the perfect grammar.
And while they wait for perfect, they say nothing.
And saying nothing feels worse than saying something imperfect.
So much worse, because when you say nothing, the conversation dies.
But when you say something, even imperfect, the conversation lives.
And here's the thing. Native speakers don't speak perfectly either.
We say and ah, we change our sentence in the middle, we use the wrong word sometimes and then correct ourselves.
Real speech is messy, and that messiness is normal. It's human.
So you have permission to be messy in English.
Permission. I love that word in this context. You don't have to earn the right to speak English imperfectly. You already have that right.
You had it from day one.
So when you're in a conversation and the freeze comes, here's a small trick.
What's the trick?
Don't try to translate your full thought. Just start with the first word.
The first word.
Yes, just one word. If someone asks, "What do you think about this?" Don't try to form the whole answer first. Just say, "Well,"
Or I think.
or "That's interesting because."
And once you say that first word, something amazing happens.
Your brain starts moving. It's like a car engine that just needed a little push to start.
A push start. Yes, the first word is the push.
And once the engine is running, words come more easily. Not perfectly, but they come.
I love that. The first word as the push start.
And here's something else about conversations. Stop monitoring yourself so much.
Monitoring, like watching and checking yourself constantly, right?
Yes, many learners do this. They speak one sentence and at the same time their brain is checking, was that right? Did I use the right tense? Did they understand me?
And all that checking takes brain energy away from the next sentence.
So you lose the thread of the conversation.
Thread, like the line that connects everything, right?
Yes, lose the thread means you lose the flow, the connection between your thoughts.
And then you're lost, and it feels like English's fault, but it's actually the monitoring's fault.
Exactly. So practice speaking and trusting yourself at the same time.
It takes time, but every conversation you have in English is training your brain.
Even the bad ones, especially the bad ones.
The ones where you said something wrong, or got confused, or forgot a word.
Those are the ones your brain remembers the most.
Because emotion creates memory.
Oh, that's a deep one. Say more.
Well, think about it. The moments you remember best in life are usually moments where you felt something strong.
Joy, embarrassment, surprise, pride.
Exactly. So when you have an embarrassing English moment where you used the wrong word and everyone looked at you funny,
That moment sticks.
it sticks, and your brain makes sure you remember the right word next time.
So embarrassing English moments are secretly learning moments.
The best learning moments.
Okay, I need to tell a story here, a real one.
Oh, good. Tell us.
When I was first learning to think in English, I was at a small gathering, friends of friends, people I didn't know well.
The most nerve-wracking kind of social situation.
Nerve-wracking, like very stressful and tense, right?
Yes, your nerves are being pulled in all directions.
Exactly. So someone asked me a question, a simple one. What do you do for fun?
Simple in theory.
Simple in theory, but my brain went immediately to my first language, thought of the answer there, and then started translating word by word.
And while you were translating,
The silence was growing. 5 seconds, 10 seconds. I could see the person's expression changing.
that look, like, is she okay?
Exactly that look. And I panicked and I said something, I'm not even sure what. Something like, I enjoy reading and walking sometimes.
And it was fine?
It was fine. The person said, oh, nice, me too. And we talked for 10 minutes about books.
The conversation didn't need a perfect answer, it just needed an answer.
Any answer, a real one, even a small one.
And that moment, even though it felt terrible, taught you something.
It taught me that starting is more important than being ready.
That's actually a life lesson, not just an English lesson.
Yeah, you're never fully ready for anything. You just start.
Okay, let's talk about something a little different now. Consuming English versus producing English.
Consuming, like taking it in, watching, listening, reading, right?
Yes, and producing means making it, speaking, writing, thinking out loud.
Many learners consume a lot of English. Podcasts, shows, music, movies.
And that's wonderful. Input is essential.
Essential, like absolutely necessary and important, right?
Yes, you cannot produce what you have not first absorbed, so consuming is the foundation.
But here is where many learners get stuck.
They consume and consume and consume, but they don't produce enough.
They're like a kitchen that has all the best ingredients, but never actually cooks anything.
That's a great image. Full pantry, empty table.
And thinking in English is a form of production, a quiet, private form.
No one else hears it. No one can judge it. Just you and your thoughts in English.
And it builds the bridge between consuming and speaking.
Because when you think in English regularly, something interesting starts to happen.
Your vocabulary starts to activate.
Activate, like switch on and become available, right?
Yes, you might know a word from reading or listening, but it lives in your passive vocabulary.
Passive means it's there, but asleep. You recognize it when you see it.
But you don't use it yet. It doesn't come to you when you speak.
Because you haven't used it in your own thoughts enough.
But when you start thinking in English, those passive words start waking up.
waking up, like becoming active and available.
And suddenly, one day, you're in a conversation and a word you only ever read in a book just comes out of your mouth naturally.
And you think, wait, did I just say that in English without planning it?
Yes, that moment is one of the most exciting moments in language learning.
It's like magic, but it's not magic. It's the result of all that quiet thinking you did.
All those mornings, all those little labels, all those imperfect conversations,
They all add up.
they always add up.
So let's talk about the evening, because evenings are another powerful time for this practice.
Evenings are interesting because you're tired, your guard is down.
Guard down, like you're less tense, less careful, more open, right?
Exactly. And when your guard is down, your brain absorbs things more naturally.
Like a sponge that's a little bit softer and wetter in the evening.
Yes, so evenings are a good time to do something called narrating your day in English.
Narrating, like telling the story of something, right?
Yes, before you sleep, just in your mind, narrate your day in English. Simple sentences.
Like, this morning I woke up late. I had coffee, I went to work. On the train, I listened to a podcast.
Don't make it complicated. Don't try to use fancy words. Just describe what happened.
And your brain is doing something powerful during this exercise.
What?
It's practicing without pressure, without an audience, without a grade.
It's rehearsal.
Rehearsal, like a practice performance before the real thing, right?
Exactly. Every evening narration is a rehearsal for tomorrow's real conversations.
And here's something I found really helpful. Narrating your feelings, too, not just your actions.
Oh, that's harder.
Much harder, but so important, because feelings are where we usually go back to our first language.
True. Expressing deep emotions in a second language feels very exposing.
Exposing, like vulnerable and open, right?
Yes, your emotions feel closer to your true self, and expressing them in English feels less precise?
Less like you.
Yeah, like you're describing your feelings from the outside, not the inside.
And that's actually okay for a while, because slowly, English will start to feel like the inside too.
Really?
Really? I've met people who have been using English for years, and they told me that some emotions they now feel more naturally in English.
That's fascinating.
Because language shapes thought, and thought shapes emotion.
So when you think more in English, you don't just speak differently, you start to experience the world a little differently too.
It's like getting a new set of eyes. The world looks the same, but you see it with new vocabulary, new frameworks.
New frameworks, like new ways of organizing what you see and understand, right?
Exactly. English has concepts and phrases that don't translate cleanly into other languages, and when you learn them,
They give you something new to think with.
not just something new to say.
That's beautiful and a little mind-bending.
Mind-bending, like stretching your mind in a new direction, right?
Yes, this whole topic is a little mind-bending when you go deep into it.
But let's come back to the practical, because we don't want to overwhelm you.
Overwhelm, like give you too much at once so your brain shuts down, right?
Yes, so let's make this simple. If you want to start thinking more in English, here are 3 things you can do starting today.
Just 3, simple and doable.
First, have your first thought of the morning in English. 1 sentence, any sentence.
Second, label 5 things in your environment every day in English. Just 5. Your coffee cup, your window, the feeling of the floor under your feet.
Third, before sleeping, narrate 3 things that happened in your day. In English, in your head. No writing needed.
Just 3 minutes, no pressure, no grading.
That's it. Those 3 habits done consistently will slowly rewire something in your brain.
Rewire, like change the connections, build new pathways, right?
Yes, your brain is not fixed. It changes, it grows, it adapts.
Scientists call this neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity, a big word, but it means your brain can literally reshape itself based on how you use it.
And when you use it in English more and more,
English becomes more and more natural.
the detour gets shorter.
And then one day, there's no detour at all.
Just thought and English, directly connected.
And that day might be closer than you think.
I love that.
So let's check in. Looking at everything we talked about today, what's the main thing you want people to take away?
That thinking in English is not a talent some people are born with. It's a habit, a practice, a choice you make every day.
And like any habit, it feels strange at first.
like wearing those clothes that don't fit yet.
But slowly, they start to fit.
And then they feel like yours.
Because they are yours. Your English is yours. Nobody can take it from you.
Every word you learn, every thought you have in English, every messy conversation you survive.
It's yours forever.
I really love that framing.
Me too. And I want to say one more thing to the learners listening.
Yes?
Be patient with your brain.
Oh, that's important.
Your brain is doing something incredibly complex right now. It's learning to think in a new language. That's not small, that's enormous.
And some days it will feel easy, and some days it will feel impossible.
Both are normal. Both are part of the process.
On the hard days, don't stop. Just do one thing. One morning thought, one labeled cup of coffee, one sentence before sleep.
One small thing every day is more powerful than one big thing every month.
Consistency beats intensity.
Every time.
Every single time.
Okay, let's do our word tour. 10 words and phrases from today's episode, with calm meanings and simple examples.
You can just listen or repeat after us. No pressure at all.
Let's go. First word.
Bombarded. When you are bombarded, you are hit with too many things at once. Too much noise, too much information, too much everything. For example, every morning I feel bombarded by notifications on my phone.
Or, she felt bombarded by questions at the meeting and couldn't think clearly. You can repeat, bombarded.
Next word, shift. When something shifts, it changes slowly, but in a meaningful direction. It's not a sudden break, it's a gradual movement. For example, after weeks of morning practice, something shifted in how I thought in English. It just felt easier.
Or when she started journaling in English, her relationship with the language slowly shifted. Repeat, shift.
Now a feeling word, nerve-wracking. When something is nerve-wracking, it makes you feel very anxious and tense. Your nerves feel pulled in many directions. For example, speaking English in front of strangers is nerve-wracking at first.
Or the job interview was nerve-wracking, but he did his best. Repeat, nerve-wracking.
Next one, activate. When something activates, it switches on and becomes ready to use. It moves from sleeping to awake. For example, when I think in English more often, my vocabulary starts to activate and words come more easily.
Or the warm weather activated her desire to go outside and explore. You can repeat, activate.
Now a language word, narrate. When you narrate something, you tell the story of it. You describe what happened in a sequence. For example, every evening I narrate my day in English inside my head. It's like telling a quiet story to myself.
Or she narrated the events of the afternoon to her sister while cooking dinner. Repeat, narrate.
Now a phrase, guard down. When you're guard down, you are less tense, less careful, and more open. You feel relaxed and natural. For example, in the evening when my guard is down, I find it easier to think in English without worrying about mistakes.
Or when he's with close friends, his guard is down and he speaks more freely. Repeat, guard down.
Next phrase, lose the thread. When you lose the thread, you lose the flow or connection between your thoughts. The line between ideas breaks. For example, if I monitor myself too much while speaking, I lose the thread of what I was trying to say.
Or she lost the thread of the conversation because her phone kept buzzing. You can repeat, lose the thread.
Now a science word, rewire. When you rewire something, you change the connections inside it. For the brain, it means building new pathways through new habits. For example, thinking in English every morning helps rewire your brain to use the language more naturally.
Or regular meditation can rewire the brain to feel calmer under stress. Repeat, rewire.
Next one, expose. When something exposes you, it makes you feel open and a little vulnerable. Your true self is visible. For example, expressing feelings in English felt exposing at first, like showing a part of myself I usually keep private.
Or the presentation exposed his fear of public speaking, but he got through it. Repeat, expose.
And our last phrase for today, add up. When things add up, they accumulate over time and create a bigger result. Small things together become something significant. For example, every small English thought I have during the day adds up, and over a month, I can see the real progress.
Or the little savings she put aside every week added up, and after a year, she had enough for a trip. Repeat, add up. And those were our 10 words and phrases for today's word tour.
Don't try to memorize all of them at once. Choose one or two that felt interesting or useful and try to use them this week.
You can write a sentence in the comments using one of these words. We love reading them.
And if today's episode made you think about how you use English, how you think in English, or how you want to, that is already the beginning of a real change.
Your brain heard something today that it needed to hear.
Trust that. Trust the process.
And trust yourself.
You are already doing something brave just by learning in a new language.
Something remarkable, actually.
Not everyone does this. You do.
So keep going. One morning thought, one labeled cup of coffee, one quiet evening narration.
It all adds up.
This is Jason.
And this is Mia.
And you've been listening to the English Leap podcast.
Thank you for thinking in English with us today.
Until next time, stay curious, stay present, and keep learning.
Guy.
Bye.